Hi, I'm Lulu and welcome to Lulu's Way. I'm really glad you're here. Today I am in Pennsylvania. I'm here with my friend Christine. Hey Christine.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm so glad to have met up with you on the road here. We had these plans to meet up on the road. It's very, very, very windy here, and I'm hoping that these wind guards are taking care of some of the wind sound. If not, what are you going to do, right?
Yep.
So we are in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Christine's from the Philadelphia area, and I was coming down Route 84, so she just kind of came up and met me here, and just going to spend the day together. So we're at this lovely park, and it's called, what's it called?
I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Nayog?
Yeah, N-A-Y.
N-A-Y-A-U-G, two separate words.
Park.
Yep.
Nayog Park. It's a beautiful day. It's very windy, but it's a nice wind. It really picked up since we turned the camera on.
Yes, it was waiting for us.
I mean, it's been a little windy.
Murphy's
now all
Law.
of a sudden it's like, woo!
Murphy's
It's a
Law.
twister. It's a twister. Yes, it's a beautiful day.
Yes.
Just a beautiful day.
The sun's shining, that's all I need to be happy.
Yeah, I know it, huh? It is, it's great. Christine is a subscriber of mine. I met Christine at my meetup last summer in Massachusetts. And that was a delightful time, huh?
It really
Didn't we have
was.
such a great time? It was so great. They're all great. They're all just so great. I'm so grateful. And then she came to my Maryland meetup, so I saw her again shortly thereafter. So at that Maryland meetup, she came up to me and she said, you know, Lulu, if you ever need any help, like automating your, meetup registrations or any kind of tech help, she's like, I did that for a living for years, and I'd be happy to help you. So I was like, well, I hope you mean that.
And I did.
I hope you mean that, because I did. I called her and I said, all right, what do you got? What can you do for me? So I had a New Hampshire meetup coming up. So she said, I'll create all the Google Sheets and the whole system where, you just tell me the questions you want people to answer, and I can set them up on a thing, and people just click on it and go in and answer the questions, and then all the information goes into a spreadsheet and it's right there. And I was just like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? And it's true. It's true. So she managed all that, like putting all that together. It was just the greatest thing. It was the greatest thing. I didn't learn how to do it. You were doing it for me, which was really lovely. And but I knew I had to learn it. And she's a great teacher too. So she did
Thank you.
teach me how to do it. So she did the whole Florida ones. Then I ended up doing. Did I do the Maryland one on my own, or did you help me with that one?
I think you did that one.
Did I? And then I did the two New Hampshire ones. So I've been doing, and then I just did the quartzite one. So I have been doing it myself. But of course I contact her with a million questions. But she really, just took this ball and just went with it, and she spent a lot of time on it. And I'm very, very grateful. Thank you so much. Just some people are so nice. They just, offer up. She's just like, I think this woman is like having people sign up for meetups on a scrap piece of paper. We had to stop this right now. So, and you had been kind of an events planner, in a sense.
Yes, I owned a marketing communications company for a couple of decades, and a big part of that was trade show and convention management.
Okay.
And a lot of, whether it was a raffle or a sign up for an event, we used those kinds of systems.
Yeah, that's cool. And I remember when she said, when she offered me the help, and I said, I hope you mean that, I thought to myself, like, it does feel like a big imposition to have somebody just do that for you, right? And she said to me, you need to know that if you ask me to do this, you're doing me a favor. There's something about it that I miss, and I would love to be a part of it, and would be helping each other. And I was just like, well, you got it. You got it.
Yep, that was very true.
Yep. So we became very close because we've been sometimes we were in contact every day.
Yes.
You know, so I just really kind of got to know her. She came to my my Maryland meetup. So now, tell me how you came upon Vanlife and when. When did you first say like, oh, I think I want to do that and I'll get a van?
For real, probably several years ago, probably even before the pandemic, because I remember thinking that I drug my feet too long. And so many people jumped into it during the pandemic. I thought I missed my window because, oh, now everybody's going to be doing it.
Yeah.
But believe it or not, my love of it actually goes back to when I was in my 20s. I always camped a lot. I went camping with good friends up at Penn State where I went to school. And then for a few years, my brother sold Christmas trees. And we used to hang out in the camper between customers and play games and things like that. And I was sitting there one day with my friend, and I said, you know, I could put a closet there, and I could put something else here in my sink. And she said, oh my God, she's going to live in a van. And that was back in the 90s. That was before.
Oh, how about that, huh?
So, but yeah, it was when I semi-retired and then slipped into full retirement that I really needed something to do.
Yeah.
It took a few years. I'm one of those people who becomes very interested and very involved in whatever I'm into for 6 months.
Oh, okay.
And then I lose interest, start something else. So it took a few years to convince my husband I was really going to do this. Started out in a minivan for that reason.
Okay, so you had a minivan. What kind?
It was a Honda Odyssey, a 2007 Honda Odyssey.
Okay.
That I came to New Hampshire, Massachusetts, my first
and
meetup.
Yep. And the first one in Maryland, you came in that too.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Yes.
Like, how did you have it set up?
In both of my vans, it was really important to me to have an aisle. I like using all of my doors. So the important thing in that was to have things that were narrow. So I actually started with a children's futon. I don't move when I sleep. I fall asleep in one position, I wake up in that position.
Really?
So an 18-inch child's futon was perfect for me because it was narrow, and then I did the same thing with the shelves on the other side. I found a set of shoe storage shelves that Dollar Tree baskets fit in perfectly, and those were less than 18 inches, and a lot of storage and a lot of room at the same time, so that worked out great for me.
And you have power stations?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I made a mistake that I understand a lot of people make. I did not listen to the experts when they told me up front to buy as much as I could afford at the time. I thought, oh, I don't need all that much. 500's enough. And then the next year, well, 700's enough.
Yeah.
Buy as much as you can afford from the onset.
Yeah.
I now have 4 different power stations, and it works well.
Yeah.
But
you would rather have all that power in one unit instead of having 4 separate units.
Not only because we're always looking for storage, we always need that storage. These are taking up.
Yeah.
But I wasn't thinking about the wattage. To have 700 watts here and 700 watts there didn't help me any if it was a 1200 watt appliance.
Right. You have to have it together. Yep. Yeah. So so then you decided to move on from the minivan. Why did you do that?
I had always wanted something a little bit bigger, and we both wanted to make sure I was going to stick with this for more than 6 months.
Right.
The big thing for me, I went winter camping in the minivan with some friends, with another group, and in the summer it was wonderful. You're outside, you throw a cover on the back of the van like you recently did with yours. In the winter, getting up on the ice cold mornings, being 6 inches from the ground, sitting while trying to pull on pants and sweats, that was just painful to me. At that point, I didn't need to stand up entirely, but I needed to be able to at least stand up from the waist down.
Right.
To dress and move around and do things like that.
You know, and I did the same thing. I didn't know if I was going to do it for 6 months either. And I bought a 2005 Dodge Grand Caravan, and this was in 2017. So this was an old vehicle. It cost $1,900, and I thought, for $1,900, I'm going to get this van. I'm going to trick it all out, and it's going to be amazing. And it was.
I did the same thing.
And I traveled in it, and then I just wanted a little bit more space, just a little bit.
Exactly.
I didn't need the big stand up and long, and just a little bit more elbow room. So what did you get?
I got a 2013 Ford Transit Connect, and we got so lucky. We really found the needle in the haystack.
Yeah.
In 2020, January of this year, I found one with less than 38,000 miles on it.
Wow.
So being a solo female traveler and
Yeah.
not very mechanically inclined, that was very important to me, and I snatched it right up.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah, mine is a 2016 and it had 83,000 on it. But I bought it right at that time that you couldn't find a van anywhere. I think you can find them now. I think you can find them now if you want whatever van you want. But back then, when I got mine, it was like you saw one, you like, I want it.
Yes.
And there was no negotiating, there was
hesitate.
no bargains.
Yes.
I paid way over book value for it, but it was either that or nothing. So that's just how it worked then. So you got a good deal.
I was looking at everything. I was pretty open-minded. I know I didn't want anything that would take up more than one parking spot.
Yeah.
But I was looking at the regular Ford Transits. A lot of people don't realize that the medium roof is 5'6".
Yeah.
Being 5'4", I could stand in the medium roof.
Right.
But at the end of the day, the gas mileage is much lower.
Right.
And I was very surprised to learn that they're all rear-wheel drive. And being in the Northeast, so the front-wheel drive and the amazing gas mileage,
Yeah.
I decided I'm only one person. The Connect was plenty for now.
So our vans are right next to each other. They're like little twins. And when I look at yours, I'm like, oh, it looks so small, but it's the same as mine. Mine's small too. They're just both small.
Yeah.
They're both very small, but they're just adorable. And so you had a build when you came to my meetup in Maryland. You had it all. You had it built out, and have you made changes to it since then? Because that was your first time. Was that kind of like your first time out in it, or you went camping in it before?
I had been camping a few times with another group of friends in it.
Oh, okay.
And I don't remember where it was in Maryland. There was a while that we weren't even sure enough of the build to cut wood. So for a while I had cardboard countertops and shelves. And so I don't think any...
Why didn't you cut wood?
We weren't positive the size of the counters and the shelves.
Oh, okay.
If they were
I
going
see.
to stay the size that they are now, if we were going to try to do the full wall,
So
where we were going with that.
You were just making templates and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then what I did, I'm a huge thrift store shopper, and very, very little in my van is brand new.
Yeah.
Only the electronics, the fridge, things like that.
Yeah.
Everything else came from a thrift shop.
What about your outfit?
Thrift shop.
Thrift shop.
Thrift shop all the way. If I can find it at the thrift shop, that's my first port of call.
Yep, you're my kind of gal. Yep, absolutely. Everything. Or I have my whole cubby system there I found on the side of the road in someone's trash. And then the pallets, that was on the side of the road free. Yeah. But I like you just go and you just if you have a vision and you got a little bit of creativity,
Exactly.
and you can envision something and repurpose it into your van. Yep, it works.
I've always been a huge crafter, so there's always that part of me that's putting together things from nothing.
Right.
And I have a very good sense of space and dimension from being a graphic designer. A lot of my work was technical. So every time I go to the thrift store, I eye things up, and I think that will fit right under that. I think that will fit right alongside of that. And I filled every inch. There's a lot of stuff in my van. For being a small van, there's a lot of stuff in there.
Okay.
Very livable.
Well, we'll have to do a van tour, shall we?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So how often do you use it?
It's my daily driver.
Okay.
And friends love that because at the end of the night, if people can't drive or if we're bringing a big crowd somewhere, they just line up on my bed. And I'm very close to my nephews and nieces. Their friends call it the party van. Let's all get in the party van.
Yeah.
I've camped in it over a dozen times. I believe this is about, if this counts, this is about my 15th overnight in it since January.
Yeah.
So pretty frequently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
I love it.
Considering it's been, a lot of that was winter too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
But I love that it is my daily driver because I shouldn't say nothing, my clothes and my perishables go in and out. That's it.
Yeah.
So if someone calls me and says, do you want to meet me somewhere tomorrow? I'm ready to go.
Okay, so you have a second set of everything. So
Yeah.
your silverware and your pans or whatever.
All of it.
Everything is in
Just
there.
stays in there.
So you're married,
I am?
happily married. You're not trying to get away from hubby.
Not at all.
Oh,
Just the opposite. I miss things like Florida because I don't want to be away from him too long.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
But he's very supportive of what you're doing.
Extremely.
Yeah.
Extremely. Yeah. One of the reasons I fell in love with him is because we are so similar in that way. We encourage each other to do what makes us happy, and we are thrilled when we see the other doing something that makes them so happy.
Isn't that lovely? That's
Yeah.
so nice.
I have always encouraged his hobbies and him doing whatever he wanted with friends, and he's the same.
Oh,
He,
that's
as a matter of fact, he feels that I'm happier overall since I
Really?
started spending a lot of time traveling and making all of these new friends. And
Because you have a passion.
exactly,
Yeah.
that's exactly it. My passion for the longest time was working. I was a workaholic for 20 years.
Yeah.
I worked, I read, I cooked, I slept. So again, being retired,
Yeah.
needed something to fill those days, and this is it.
Does he ever worry about you when you're on the road?
He's not the type to worry a lot in general. So no, he really doesn't. We met later in life. We married when we were a little bit older, so we were both single and independent for so many years. We know we can take care of ourselves.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
My parents worried a little bit, especially my mom.
Yeah.
But my husband always felt that I'm smart. I have credit cards. You know, there's nothing you can't handle out on the road as long as you're.
He has faith in you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go. Very good. So what was your mother worried about? That you were going to be safe?
She was worried about a lot of things. Yeah, I think she pictured me off in the middle of black, dark woods all by myself, or in parking lots at rest stops that are
Sketchy.
yeah, and unfortunately you hear of different things happening at those types of small rest stops and things.
Yeah.
And just being so far away from home on my own.
Yeah.
When I traveled for work, some of it was solo, but a lot of times it was with the whole trade show team.
Right.
So just being so many hours from home all by myself.
Yeah.
But
She feels better about it now?
I think she does. She's seen enough photos and videos to see what I'm really doing.
Yeah.
My parents, too, have always been so supportive of anything I felt strongly about, wanted to do, enjoyed this much. So she never encouraged me not to go or anything. She encouraged me to go, just
Yeah.
a lot of warnings and a lot of motherly
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah. Well, it's nice. It sounds like you have a lovely family and wonderful
Oh, I
people
do.
in your
I
life.
do.
That's wonderful. That's great.
Yeah.
So do you find anything challenging at all when you're traveling on the road?
A few things, but the things I find challenging, I think, are specific just to me. My entire life, I've dealt with an illness, something in utero I was born with, and really had a hard time with in childhood. And then it wasn't too bad for a while, but started getting a lot worse in my 30s, 40s. At the point that I started traveling, I was bedridden pretty often. But thankfully, a really good group of doctors found a management solution. I can't be cured, there is no surgery, but they found a way to manage my symptoms enough that it gave me literally weeks of every month of my life back.
Wow.
And that's when I decided I'm not going to waste this time.
Yeah.
I spent enough time at home, in the house, on those four walls. I wanted to get out and live. So I do have some challenges related to that, but I say to everybody, I'm going to be in the same amount of pain whether I'm sitting in my bedroom or sitting in my van looking at a beautiful scenery out the back door.
Yeah.
So I travel, and if something comes up, I deal with it just like I would at home.
Yeah.
But I do always have to be conscious of that, and
Yeah.
maybe be more careful on the road that I don't do anything that's going to cause.
Which is dietary.
It's dietary.
Yeah.
My digestive system I can't digest most healthy foods. The healthy foods increase your metabolism and help you lose weight because they make your body work harder. My body can't work that hard, and my intestines and stomach just fight it and seize and shut down, and it's tremendously painful.
Goodness. Okay.
So I have to be very, very careful. It's not always food related. Sometimes it's just the will of the wind. But I do eat much more carefully on the road. My closest friends know how to help me with medication if they need to. And absolute worst case scenario, I will call 911, but
Yeah.
I'm not about to let any of that. Just this year alone, I would have missed out on a dozen
Yeah.
fabulous trips.
Yeah.
I've been telling my husband this is the first summer in a long time that I felt like I actually had a summer. That I spent a lot of it on the beach, in the ocean.
So you had an exceptionally well summer?
I did because of the program that I'm on and
Oh, these new
the
doctors that you
amount of
found?
time that I'm able to keep myself well compared to 5-10 years ago.
Oh, nice. That's wonderful.
Yeah,
That's wonderful.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I encourage everyone.
Yeah.
If you can handle it at home, you can handle it on the road. And I feel sad for people who want to do this but don't come out because they're afraid of something like that stopping them.
Yeah.
You know this community. Everyone helps everyone.
Everyone helps everyone, yeah.
I'm never anywhere that I feel
Yeah.
like I don't have support if something were to happen and I need to get somewhere.
So if you were traveling alone, you probably don't travel alone very much. Do you usually meeting up with people?
Now I am. I
Yeah.
did travel alone if I was just traveling a long distance to a destination.
Right.
But it wasn't
Is it-
stopping and parking for several days like we do.
Yeah, so is it more concerning for you when you're by yourself, or do you feel confident that you can manage whatever you need to do if you get a flare up?
I still feel confident
Yeah, good.
because I've got my bed.
Yeah,
That's the most important thing. I've got my medication. And like
Yeah.
I said, the absolute worst case scenario, drive
Yeah.
myself to the hospital or 911.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Good
So-
attitude. It's good.
Once you have a plan,
Yeah,
the things that can go wrong do not feel that,
yeah. When you
that
think
big,
about it
that-
realistically, yeah.
yeah.
Yep, yep.
What would I do if I was at home? I can do that right here.
Right, right. Because I mean, I look at the women that come to my meetups,
Yes.
and some of them are in wheelchairs, some of them
Exactly.
are on scooters, some of them are on walkers,
All of it.
and they just participate.
Yes.
And they just do it because they want to, you know. I suppose they could be home saying, "I can't. I wish I could, but I can't. It's too much trouble." And it's maybe it's trouble, but I don't think it's too much trouble. Maybe you know. I mean, it's maybe you've got extra steps to take to manage your setup or how things are going to work, considering whatever your disability is. But you know, I've seen a lot of disabilities show up at my meetups, and it's pretty impressive, the determination some of these women have. Yeah.
One of the most inspirational videos I ever saw, and I go back and watch it from time to time and send it to people, a double amputee, leg amputee, in a Honda Odyssey. And he travels the country like that, and he does everything just like he would do it at home.
Right.
And I just love seeing people not let anything stop them.
Yeah.
We only go around once.
Yep.
We have a finite amount of time. I'm not going to be 70, 89 years old wishing that I had done more when I could.
Right. And it's about saying I could, and to really feel like I can instead of I can't.
Yep.
Yeah. It's the can-do attitude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you. Excellent. It was nice chatting with you, Chris.
Always nice chatting with you. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye for now.
Bye for now.